I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm going to try and cut this into just one take. So if I stutter, pardon it, okay? I'm sorry, but the New York Knicks just won game 4 of the NBA Finals. This genuinely was a top 10 basketball game I've ever seen in my life. Something like that. Top 10, 15. One of the greatest games I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of games. But where do I begin? Oh me, oh my. Oh gee, you did it again. As a person from Toronto, from the Ontario, as a person from Toronto area, I have seen a lot of OG. Yeah, this is going to be a messy video. Deal with it. I've seen a lot of OG. I saw him in the bubble. He hit a game winner against the Celtics. He did it again tonight. Get the game-winning block. Get the game-winning tip in. Oh my gosh. A 29-point comeback. The Knicks completed a 29-point comeback. The largest in NBA Finals history. This has to be the greatest single-game comeback in NBA history. Single game. I'm not discrediting you, LeBron, but wow. What a series, man. I said this on my TikTok. Go follow it. Herc_smash. HERK_smash. A good NBA Finals is a top 3 or 4 sports event in all of sports. Like this and even last year's finals. Now, sure, every game wasn't close, but it's just so back and forth. Both teams are putting it all on the line. The fans have gone absolutely insane. Like, when the Knicks cut it to, I want to say 7 or so, 5, 4 maybe, MSG was so loud. You could hear the stadium pulse rumbling. I thought my screen was shaking for a sec. But a good NBA Finals is just so great to see because you really get to see how teams respond back and forth, back and forth. If one team brings the physicality, how is that team going to respond? If they do respond, how is that team that brought the physicality going to respond? There is so much back and forth action on this NBA Finals matchup. It's been physical. It's been two teams. Obviously, the Spurs have their star, and so do the Knicks, but these are two teams that are so well built. It's not like we just got a super team versus LeBron and Kyrie. We got two teams that have multiple pieces. Like Jose Alvarado, he got so much burn down the stretch tonight. He was putting in work, being that scrappy guard. He hit 1-3 in the corner, rolled around the rim, did bounces like 4 or 5 times. It fell. I was kind of confused. I'm like, why is this guy in the game? It paid off. This is just a complete flip. Spurs were in complete control. All you had to do was close out the second half, not blow a 29-point lead, and you're going back to San Antonio tied 2-2. Now the Knicks are in complete control of this series. I still think they can come back, though. I think the series is not over. If there is one team in the league right now that you do not count out, that has the mentality, that has the mindset to overcome this loss and bounce back 3 games in a row, it's the Spurs. Now, is that likely? No. I do think the Spurs snag Game 5, though. I've gone this long without mentioning Jalen Brunson. Dude's a dog. Been a little, not inconsistent, but he's taken a lot of shots, and he hasn't made a lot of shots as much as he usually does. Tonight, he was back on one. When he hit that FU3 in Wemby's face, that had me jumping for joy, and I'm not even a Knicks fan. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. He got the switch. Doesn't matter if that's the unanimous DPOY. I'm taking him to school. I'm taking that youngin' out to play recess basketball. Hits a pull-up 3 right in his mouth. Where else? De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox what are you doing? You hit a tough jumper to, what was it? I honestly, I don't remember where that was in the game. Obviously, it was towards the end, but it was to cut. It was to go back up. I think by 3 or something, 3 or 4, or it was to go back up by 1. He hit a shot late, and he was playing good up until then, but he kind of just collapsed. I was not a fan of him going to double Jalen Brunson when you literally have Wemby on him. He made no impact on that defensive play and just let OG get a straight run at the offensive rebound. That's supposed to be your vet that's on the court, late game situation, and he's doing all that. That's not what you want to see. It's unfortunate. That is a big blow for Spurs fans, for the Spurs organization, for every single person a part of the Spurs. And I did think Stephon Castle was wide open under the net on that last play. I know everyone was kind of like, oh my god, he was wide open. This could work. Oh, it's a terrible pass. But Knicks get the win, 3-1. Go New York, go New York, go. Can only imagine what's going on in New York right now. New York City. Place is probably getting close to burning down, rioting, jumping Spurs fans. I was not alive to watch 90s basketball, and I'm sure any unk out there is probably gonna say this is not 90s basketball, and obviously it's not. There will be nothing like the physicality of 90s basketball, 90s, 80s, whatever. This has the most 90s feeling that I've seen in the last 10 to 12 years. This just feels like a gritty, grind-out series. And I just haven't felt something even quite like that before. Look at the Thunder Pacers. Was that a very good series? Yes. Was it grind out though? No. I don't think so. But anyways, I touched on every point. Wemby went absolutely cold. He hit a tough mid-range. That I thought was really cool. I literally thought I was watching Tim Duncan, man. Taking a shot at the top of the key, a two-pointer. You love to see a little mid-range game every now and then, especially from the big fella. Usually, that's a step-back three, or that's a take it to the net. Very rarely do we see mid-range game. But he went cold in the second half. Spurs only scored like 30 points or so. That's ridiculous. And the Knicks are in complete control. My predictions on what I think will really happen. I think the Spurs take Game 5. I do think they bounce back. They're going to play angry. They are young, and this is a learning curve for them. But I think they bounce back fast. Realistically, I think the Knicks close it out Game 6 in MSG. But there is definitely a chance the Spurs take Game 6. I would not be shocked if the Spurs did take Game 6. And then Game 7 is just a complete toss-up. Man, if I had to pick a Game 7 winner right now, I'd take the Knicks. But if the Spurs come back and win 2 in a row in San Antonio, I don't know, man. That's it, though. All right, nothing else. Josh Hart missed a layup. We're just gonna move on from that. You know, everyone has their laps every now and then. McCall, nah. Dylan Harper played all right. Champagne didn't see much tonight, especially in the second half. Cat got his first fourth quarter bucket in the finals tonight. A tough 3. He's been so grind out. I mentioned that this is a 90s feeling series. He has really stepped in that role of being a physical defender and rebounder down low, both on offense and defense. He's kind of stopped being that step out, shoot a 3 guard, and he's been more battling down low, and he's taken that responsibility of guarding Wemby. Shout out Cap. Now the scoring's not there as much, but I feel like he has been making up for it on the defensive end. He's made the right play even when if it's not taking the right shot, and he has done a great job at stopping Wemby. Wemby's obviously going to get his, but if you can limit his, you're doing great, and he has done that so far. But yeah, I think the next win in either 6 or 7. But what a finals, man. You can't complain. Like, we have gotten so many great moments. It's such a fun matchup. You got the vets versus the demigod in Wemby. Who's going to win? And that's it. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's sad. We're almost at the end of basketball season. We're going to have to wait till October, November to get both NBA and college basketball back. It's sad. But what are you going to do? Like I said, like, subscribe, and have a great night. Let me know who you want to win, Knicks or Spurs. See ya.